Some guys on this team wait patiently for an opportunity, and then once it comes, there's young players behind them that are pushing them hard. Chris Jordan seems to be one of those guys in that position. What kind of niche is he finding on this team?
Well, Chris is, I think we have, three linebackers that are probably a little bit ahead of the rest. Right now he would be one of those three guys. And he's definitely going to have a role on the team. He's a very good athlete. He does a really good job, especially in a lot of sub situations. Having a guy that can sort of assume the role that Dante has when we want to rush him or make him another position guy is really critical. And I think Chris could maybe be that guy and probably more, but that's the way we've tried to give these guys roles that they can all fit and fill in. And Jarrell Harris is showing some promise in being able to do some of those things, but those three guys are a little bit ahead of the rest of the guys right now. And but we're pleased with all the guys that we have at that position. We just need some to come to the forefront and play really well, because if there's one thing we've had around here, it's really good linebackers.
Also on the team overall, you've stockpiled a lot of talent in recent years, and now you've got another young, talented freshman class. Do you have a gut feeling just how many of those true freshmen might see the field this fall?
No, I don't really have. And, I never said anything about the talent that we stockpiled. That's strictly you all's opinion. And the guy from scout.com or wherever, that's his opinion. All right, but the proof is in the pudding. When you come to college, just because everybody said you were going to be a great player because you were a 4-star, 5-star, or whatever, and what are the qualifications of the people who made those judgments? And then when you come here, do you really have the right stuff to do it? I'm talking about physically, emotionally, mentally, the right intangibles, the right maturity, and how important it is to you. How important it is to you. That goes a long way, because most guys that come to college do not know what it takes to be a good player in college. And a lot of guys that came in the NFL as rookies didn't know what it took to be a good player in the NFL either. And they have to go through some growing pains and the process of learning how to do that. Then when they do that, then they have talent. They've proven that they have talent to play at this level. All right, so I don't know where we're stockpiling all this stuff at, but we got room for lots more. Plenty of room for more.
Just wondering about progress with the long snapper and holder. Any leaders for those positions?
Long snapper has done a good job all the way through. We've never really had an issue with our long snapper. He's done a good job. He did a good job all last year. He didn't get to do it much, but he was always in practice, understands what to do and how to do it, and does a good job. So we're trying to develop a backup, and I think that's something that we need to continue to work on and develop. For a long time now, in a lot of situations, you have a guy who's not involved with your team, like the punter, ends up being the holder, like PJ was. Because those guys can work together all the time. But because our punters are so young and they have enough on their plate probably just to do what they need to do, we're probably going to have holders come from some other part of our team. And two guys that are very, very good at it, AJ and Greg are both very good at it. And when I was a quarterback, which I know was many, 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 many moons ago, and I also know that they don't make them like they used to. But if you played quarterback, you were the holder. That's the way it was. So I was a holder since I was 10 years old. But now it's like But those two guys are very good at it, and they have a very good attitude about doing it. And we have some other guys that could do it, but I think they probably need to develop a little bit.
Coach, could you kind of give an update on the status of the talks with the other coaches and stuff about the agent situation? Where y'all stand with that?
I just, well, you know, we've had several conference calls, and we have really gotten really good cooperation from every group. I mean, this may be a record of, you know, the NFL is really interested in trying to do something to create a solution. The NCAA is very interested in trying to work with these other entities to try to come up with a solution. The NFL Players Association is very interested in, you know, trying to come up with a solution, and the American Football Coaches Association is very interested in trying to come up with some solutions. So, and there have been and there will be more at some time in the future meetings, you know, with all these groups in the same room, which may have never happened before, relative to trying to solve, you know, this problem. So I'm very pleased with how people are approaching this, the attitude that they have toward approaching it, and how aggressively everybody has tried to move to help solve this problem.